Okay, we are going to go over how to graph on the TI-84. This obviously is very similar to any of the basic TI models, and really any of the graphing calculators are going to run in a similar fashion. And I want to show you how. I've got one of the homework problems with one of the graphing on it. And so when you look at this, you've got your TI in front, you've got your graphing calculator in front of you. You want to start here with the y equals. This top row of buttons are really your graphing buttons. And on this first one, I'm going to put in the equation I have. So 3 divided by 2. You could also put in, it doesn't want to graph for me. Okay, so we have 3 divided by 2, and our x. This here, this xt theta n, this is your variable. And depending on what, towards the end, and if you go on to calculus, we'll talk about other types of coordinates, and they would be here as well. But for right now, this is our x button, plus 5. Don't let all the other stuff scare you. It's going to put in the one you're in. And in this case, basic mode, set to rectangular coordinates. And then you want to click on this graph. And this is going to give you the graph of this line. Now, obviously, if you've done it by hand, and this isn't that hard to do by hand, you can easily check this. If you click on this trace button, it's going to pop up on the line. You can see there at 0, 4. And if you scroll down, you're going to get various points on the line. But you can see these are pretty crazy points. Not all that useful for you. So how do you get to more useful points? Well, you want this table. So I'm going to push this blue second so I can get up here to this, and then this button. And this gives me the XY chart for all the integers. And there's ways to change these to other things as we go on further. But for right now, this is all we need. And you can see there, here is my 0, 1, my 0, 5. And I can get any other point I want. I can see down here 2, 8. So when I go to graph this, I can click on this. And okay, I want to start with 0, 5. And then I want to go to 2, 8. So let's go over here to 2, 8. Click on save, and I've got my second point, so I can easily get it into my math lab. And this is obviously you're looking for several points as you graph more complex ones, and you need to find certain points. This is a good way to be able to do that, so you can find the points you need. And so this is really useful. It's really just going to give you, it's calculating each and every point for you, and you can let it do all those. Now, just to finish out this, we can see the domain is all reals, as is the range. And of course, we could scroll around to see that here, that we keep getting larger. And of course, I could zoom out if I wanted to. I could click on 3 and, went out farther. Zoom. You can see I've got different things. 6 is going to give me my standard one, which is what we were at to start with. So I'll go back to what I started with. Slope here is always the coefficient of x, so in this case, 3/2. And so you can see here that as we do these, you could easily do this by hand, but it would be a good idea if you're going to use a graphing calculator to get it at this point and graph it. Well, you know what it should already look like, so you'll know if something went wrong, and you can go back and work on how to fix it and learn to use it. Now, you want to get out of this. See quit up there, second mode will get you to quit.